Hey, it's Krauser W, and I am here with another new toy review. You're gonna like this one a lot, and I really absolutely love this figure in more ways than one. And what exactly am I talking about here? I'm talking about another Godzilla figure. This thing is awesome. Now, I respect the decision that was made by Bandai Namco to be making a more, well, not so expensive line of Godzilla figures. I mean, this thing is on the SHOR's monster figure level, really. It honestly is. But it's not overtly expensive. They take, cut a couple of corners here and there with some of the posability, but this figure is absolutely brilliant. I mean, I absolutely love this figure more ways than one. He's not very big, surprisingly. We can get into some size comparisons here. Let's go ahead and do that. First off, there is Godzilla 2023, the -1 Godzilla. I do not have a -1 Godzilla, but I do now. We'll get into some more aspects of it. But here is the Velocitron 500 Crasher figure. Mommy. Yes, you're going to get a review of her too. And, well, not sponsored, go to hell, Dr. Pepper. So, you can see, he's not that big, but he's big on detail. Take a look at this guy. I mean, every ounce of him just screams, look at me. Check this all out. Yes, and as I say, we're going to take a look at him even closer. Right here, straight out of the box. Yes, right here, straight out of the box. You can tell he's not, totally and completely together just yet. But nonetheless, you can see back here, they have Mechagodzilla, and they have Godzilla 2004. One of my favorite Godzilla designs, mind you. So, beautiful artwork on the box. Pretty, well, plain, I guess you could say. But, nonetheless, if we divulge into this box a little bit more here, see, Godzilla 2023. That's the -1 Godzilla, right there in the packaging. So let's pop it open. Get inside. Just like so. It really wasn't that hard to do. Get it open. And there's a couple of little things when you're putting these guys together right out of the box. And it's, well, easy to do. You take him out of his little cage, and as you can see, right here, some assembly required. Now, I'm not complaining about the assembly that's required, but you can see that big old chunkin' ball joint there, and the ball joint there. We all know what every ball joint is, don't we, kids? Clip them together, and you don't stop until you hear the snap, okay? It doesn't mean you broke it, it means you're popping it into place fully. So we'll get this other leg on. And see how that just sits. Get it in there. That one there gives a frighteningly loud pop. Scared the crap out of me when I did it. Wasn't that big of a deal, because I actually thought I broke the ball joint and I had to pop the leg off to take a look at it. But, nonetheless, it was okay. So as you see here, no tail. Of course, gotta put the tail together. As we're pulling out the pieces, even the blast effect part. Now, we're going to get into that because, it's one of those things that really made me nervous and I wasn't going to attempt it. So you pop the tail in. The hardest part was that little piece right there. It wiggles and swivels, yes. Godzilla's big old booty. Now we know what Godzilla's butt looks like. How frightening is that? Yes. So here we are with the blast effect part. His jaw is on a hinge joint. And you'll see that here in just a moment as we go through some of the posability of this figure. He's very nice looking. Look at the detail. Camera focus, come on, damn you. But anyway, you can see the mouth opens, closes. It's got a little bit of side to side. You can see all of the detail, all the rugged detail that they put in on this, right from the word go. I mean, you know, wrist rotation. We have some bend at the elbow. There's the blast effect part. You can hold on to it. You know, weapon storage. You gotta love that. He's got a bicep swivel. Arm goes up and down, goes all the way around. You got the twist. And then we go to the wrist rotation, full wrist rotation, small ball joint there. So you know what you can do with that one. Same on the other side. Arms go out pretty far. You can get him in kind of a little bit of a goatee pose. I mean, you know, he is a chunky boy. Get everything back into order here, you know, because Goji always keeps them arms close to his side. You go back here. The spines are absolutely phenomenal. Very nice. Pointy. Just to let you know. Be careful with those. Ball joint at the tail. Every ball joint is. You know what it is. Same thing here. With that little bit of articulation. At the tip of the tail. Very little. You just get pretty much a twist. Doesn't do very much of anything. But for the size of this and the detail that there is, I mean, it's pretty good. You get an ankle twist. It can pivot pretty nicely. Up and down. A little bit of rotation. He's got some, well, his knees have seen some better days. Let's just put it to you that way. Very little bit. Full rotation. If you try to twist it back too far, you're going to pop it out. And then you're going to have a good time trying to put it back on. No Jean-Claude. No Jean-Claude. I was really hoping for a Jean-Claude. And here's one of the things that kind of bothers me is this right here. This big old wide open gap. And it disappears when you close the legs. But are you really going to display your Godzilla finger looking like he's going to get it? Pee-pee? No, you're not. You're going to stand him as wide as possible. Do all that fun stuff. Rotation at the head, side to side, ball joint. And we know the secret of every ball joint. And, well, opening and closing mouth, of course. But you got to play with it to get it back into position so it looks right. Now, you see, I'm right here. This is my problem with this figure. I love the fact that it's got a ball jointed jaw, so you can open and close. You can kind of do some derpy stuff here with them. You know, like side to side. But that blast effect part is on a ball joint itself. I was not feeling comfortable with wanting to pull that out and then trying to push one in. It just really wasn't very comfortable with that whole situation because that's a tiny ball joint. Tiny ball joint. There we go. My name is Jeff. So there we go. That's that. Yes. But absolutely fantastic figure. I had a blast playing around with this guy. Absolutely beautiful. Very nice construction altogether. I just wish the tail was a little bit better. A little bit more of a stiffer ball joint. I mean, you know, you can stiffen your ball joints up a little bit with some of the white stuff of your choice. But other than that, I have no complaints about this figure. You guys have seen my other Godzilla figures. I like him. I like him a lot. He's absolutely beautiful. This is one of the Goji figures I was so excited for. Now, he's solid. He's stocky. He's chunky. The painting and the sculpting on this figure is absolutely incredible. one of the best that I have seen in quite some time. Okay? Like, seriously. One of the best that I have seen in quite a long time. Absolutely adore this figure, and I'm very happy that I got it. And here's the thing. Okay? Here's the thing. These Godzilla figures, okay, as we know, all the SH Monster Arts figures and this, that, and the other are 150 to, I don't know, let's throw something out there, $300 eBay. You do not deserve to exist. But this figure I got super, super cheap, and you won't believe exactly how much I got this figure for. Okay? You won't. This guy ran me a totally and completely cool $25. $25. I just wanted to show you the box and the packaging again, how it goes. And here it is right here. It's a pretty big box, pretty nice. And as you can see, the blast effect part right up in there. So anyway, $25. They run about $25 to $28. Super, super nice. I'm not gonna lie, super, super nice, because of the fact that for $25, we're getting a lot of detail on the figure. Look at that. Look at that detail. That head is absolutely beautiful. Opening and closing mouth. I wish the camera would focus for me, but it just doesn't like me today. Very well detailed eyes. Really can't see it because there we go. There we go. Camera's focusing. Very nice detail on the eyes. Teeth are painted. The mouth is very nice for what it is. I mean, like, look at that. $25. Superb, superb figure. I mean, you can see all the scars and all the detail on him. Godzilla -1. Boom! Love that movie. If you have not seen it, I suggest you watch it and then watch the black and white version. Pure cinema. Pure cinema. Not gonna lie. But, as all things go, let's get into some of the things that I don't like about the figure. And that's, we're going to go for a little quick shot here. You can see the head and how it sets. Okay, there's a little bit of detail of the eyes. But let's take a look at this. The mouth opens very nicely, detailed on the inside and the outside. Great paint all over it. Like I said, you can see all of those details that are going on here. And then let's take a moment and get into some of this here. The spines are beautifully crafted. Only problem with the spines, just like I said, they're sharp and spank his little booty. His little booty butt that he's got there. But the detail, the level of detail in this is absolutely incredible. You got your little marking down there, your little stamp for Goji, showing that it's an official Goji licensed product. Even the feet have got an incredible amount of detail onto them. And just look at that. The scaling, the scarring, everything on this figure, it has been masterfully done in such a way that it's incredible. But once we get down to taking a look at him, you see where the figure kind of falls apart a little bit here. Absolutely love this figure. The head, though, when you're moving it around, you know, you see right there where the line is, and then you go to try to do something with it. My name is Jeff. It breaks the illusion of the figure, and that's kind of a little sad, but nonetheless, it's one of those things where, you know, gets in there, and, you know, it's just one of those things. You know, you can see where it's breaking up here, and then you gotta kind of fit it with it a little bit to get it back into position. you can get some pretty decent turns as long as you're going from, like, you know, looking left, looking right, giving it up and giving it down. That's fine. But this, oh my God, I would much rather have solid, you know, solid legs instead of a PP dance. There's a little shot of his tinky, his little tinky there. You know, I had to give you one. But nonetheless, wide stance, fantastic figure. He's going to look great in anybody's Godzilla collection. I really, really do appreciate the time and the effort that Bandai, who apparently is the official Godzilla figure licensee, has actually, you know, put in the work for this figure. And I absolutely applaud their efforts for doing this for the fans. That's actually one of the things that they had said that they were going to do, was that they were going to come up with an economy line of very, very nice, super articulated, and he is very super articulated, and he holds up like extremely well, except for you make the butt cheeks clap, you know, and the legs will go in because of, you know, that right there. I gotta pee! But other than that, there's no movement at the torso at all. I'm happy that they made this decision to not put any type of movement in the torso, because these spines, shit, they actually help sell this figure. He is big, he is bad, he is the king of all monsters. Yes, he is. This is your Bandai Namco Godzilla 2023 Godzilla -1. Absolutely love this figure. Possibly, and I will say, possibly one of the best Godzilla buys that I have ever purchased. Why do I say that? Because I'm a huge Godzilla fan, and of course, as we all know how things are, there's something coming that's even bigger than Godzilla. Oh my God. Yes. So I apologize, I've been gone for over a year doing the toy reviews and the Warframe videos. I'm going to get back into that, very much so. I know I got a lot of stuff that I got to catch up on with you guys for Warframe, and I plan on doing that. I do. Because I love you. This much. But we will have more toy reviews coming in the weeks to come. I am still trying to figure out my new setup currently, as you can see. But soon I will have, I don't know, 5 or 6 toy reviews coming. And yeah, I gotta grab one small thing over here real quick, because we're gonna do another little size comparison here with Goji. Let me get this big boy out of the way. Go back in your hole. Go back in your hole, son of a bitch. There we go. So I finally got 4 of these. 4. I have 4 of these. Yep. Perks of having a job. 4. Godzilla Prime. Anyway, there will be more coming soon, guys. Thank you very much for being patient and waiting, as we are still doing stuff and things. So, leave a like, a subscribe, a comment as to what you might think of this Godzilla -1 figure. $25 gets you a long way, and Bandai has proven it with this. Honest to God. Absolutely love this figure. My favorite, one of my favorite Goji figures. Yes. Until next time, guys, I'm going to try and have another video done up here in a week. We'll see what happens. No promises, but I'll try, definitely. But until next time, guys, we will see you later. And remember, Goji loves you.
Why don't you just buy the special edition one and spend all the money to get it?